Hi, I'm David from Eagles Way Healing, and today we're going to be talking about my story. And I've had quite a few people ask me over the years about what's your story, how has it all come to being like this, and I've hesitated to talk about it up until now. And the reason why is because I don't want to be put on a pedestal. I don't want people to see me as a healer with this amazing gift, and it's out of reach for me. I couldn't possibly do that. I don't want that at all, because healing it's accessible to anybody, and if you have the desire and the interest to do it, absolutely anybody can do it. So I just wanted to state that up front. It's a quality and a talent can be nurtured and grown for anybody who has the desire and commitment to learn. A couple of points of interest, I guess, that I could mention about ancestral healing. So, in my family tree, my mother and my father's side have Aboriginal stolen generation in their ancestry, which means, for those who are unfamiliar with Australian history, there was a whole generation, many generations in fact, who were stolen, literally. They had their children kidnapped as they went to school in all sorts of horrible circumstances, and these children were then put into institutions or put into domestic servitude, essentially slaves. And there was a lot of abuse, and there's a whole lot of very unpleasant things happening in that point in time, which led to an enormous amount of pain and suffering, unimaginable pain and suffering for the people involved, and the absolute shattering of cultures. The Aboriginal stories have been passed down through storytelling from generation to generation, and when the whole society is just exploded and decimated, and the language being taken away, and people being dispersed and murdered and stolen, it creates a lot of pain and suffering. As a result of that, of these stolen generation members of my family tree, their children also had that ancestral baggage, ancestral pain and suffering. Their children had that same ancestral burden. And as a result, my mother and my father, who had that same energetic signature of suffering, met. And they were an energetic match because they were so compatible at an energetic level because of that grief and sadness and abuse. So my father had his legs broken as a baby, for instance, and my mother was sexually abused and from her father and so on. Just horrendous. They met and got married. Fortunately, my mother stopped the abuse there. That was her life's mission, to get over that. She recovered from alcoholism. She was a very talented psychic medium, and she overcame that and had a wonderful life, which was fabulous. My father, unfortunately for him, didn't. He never broke that cycle of abuse. So that's the basic heritage where I came from. There was just so much knowledge and wisdom, and the entire structure of many Aboriginal groups were totally obliterated. And so a lot of the knowledge and wisdom was lost, just permanently gone. my mother has a very deep connection to country and is a respected Aboriginal elder in her community now, which is beautiful to see. And she has a lot of wisdom and a lot of connections, a lot of genuine connections to truth and to the ancient knowingness, the ancient knowledge that was passed down, which is really nice. The Eagle's Way, the eagle is because the eagle is my totem. So a totem isn't like a sports team that you support. It's actually it's a more deeply spiritual thing than that. You actually take on the qualities of your animal totem, in this case the eagle. So in this case, I can see from above all the energies, have the wisdom, see things from a distance, and look down and see the world from a different perspective. The eagle in this case is a creation spirit, so it actually creates the universe from the cosmos however it sees fit, and that's the nature of the eagle totem. So that's where the eagle in Eagle's Way came from. And over the years I've had a number of visions, very clear and very precise, where two Aboriginal elders, very ancient timeless beings, have come to me explaining very clearly, very specifically, techniques and instructions on how to do different aspects in what I do with the healing, particularly in the more advanced healing stages. And I won't go into that because it's very personal and very special to me. But there is that ancestral connection, which is really special. So nothing is ever lost because the wisdom is still there. So the wisdom can bridge time and space. So it's very much like the Akashic records, where the wisdom is there and it exists. And often what happens is that the wisdom and gifts they get passed down generations until they can fit. So somebody might have this amazing gifts and wisdom and knowingness, and then the next generation isn't ready to receive it, the next one isn't ready to receive it, and it keeps on bouncing down until somebody is willing to receive it and the life circumstance and everything is ripe and they're ready to receive these gifts, and then it'll just slot in to that person. And that's true of any culture. So in my case, I was ready to receive, and I was searching, and I was praying for this wisdom and insights, and it all got delivered in the most amazing way. So having said that, I have a very deep connection with my ancestors, but you don't need to have that connection or have those experiences to do what I can do. I'm just explaining where I came from and where the healing modality came from, but you don't need that. You can have absolutely zero things in common with me at all and be an absolutely remarkable healer. There's no reason why you can't. And that's why I've designed the instructions in this course to allow anybody to access this healing. Because fundamentally, there's only one of me, and there's billions of people in the world who need healing, and I can't possibly heal everybody. So the more people that learn and know how to heal, the more we can heal the world. So that's a very, very basic story of where where the healing came from. I hope that satisfies your curiosity, and I hope that you continue to have that curiosity and willingness to learn and desire to be inquisitive and learn more about healing and uplifting the world and investigating your true nature along the way. It's a remarkable tool. Thank you.